Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Year in Review, this time 2023. And, God, I don't even know. I know I wanted to do this video, because obviously it's a yearly tradition at this point, but I just kind of sat down to do it on a whim. I don't know. I guess let's pick up with content-wise. Content-wise on the channel has been really weird this year. I went in kind of like spurts of at least on the main channel, uploading, again, in those spurts quite often, but then like a month or two will go by and then I won't upload anything, etc, etc. So I don't know, I picked it up quite a bit overall, but even between both channels, because the archive channel has nothing new. I mean, and again, I kind of knew that when I made it the archive channel, that I wouldn't always have new stuff to put on there, but yeah, between the gaming channel and the main channel, only 36 videos throughout the entire year, which isn't as much as I would like, obviously, because this is something that I want to do. This year's been weird, to be really honest, but I guess let's pick it up with, on the main channel, the last thing uploaded in 2022 was the re-upload of the We Guess Songs in 60 Seconds video from back in 2019. And, I did that because I just wanted to upload. Or, I went back and rewatched it for some reason. I don't remember why at this point. Been more than a year. But, well, more than a year, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I just went back to rewatch it. And then I haven't really cared for it that much. It's a video I like a lot, but there are aspects of it that I thought were just awful. Like, the dumb shoehorned punishment, with us being so stupid, tying something once again back to wrestling is when we're more than that, I hated the punishment from even when we created it. I randomly joked about it, and then eventually Tyson's just yeah, let's do it, and I was I don't know, and then neither one of us were sure about it. We didn't want to do it, but we just, it's I said there's always a punishment, and then that's the only thing that either one of us said, so yeah. So I hated the punishment, and I thought overall things just weren't as concise as they could have been. I didn't edit it very well, so I did that, and it was like a 30-minute video that I cut down in half, basically. And I also added in a couple of segments where I was just talking from then present me, giving a little more insight into some things, talking about how I felt really bad for Tyson with Saint Asonia, because at the time they didn't even have a second record out. They only had a little more than a record, stuff like that. But yeah, so that was the last thing in 2022, and then the first thing in 2023 was another episode of the original Universal Reaction series, which was episode 9 of that, and it was called Picking Up the Pieces, where I went and looked at the first Raw back after the crappy Invasion story. And then over on the gaming channel, the last episode of 2022 was early 2022, obviously. It was that one random Rock Band DLC tournament video, which I have planned for that to come back, actually, but still having capture card issues is making that difficult, because Rock Band 4, the way it works is you can't record that from the console itself. And obviously, there's no PC version, plus all of my DLC's on PlayStation anyway. So, yeah, that wouldn't work anyway. But yeah, no, so that is a bit of an issue with the way I want to record it. So I either have to figure out my capture card issues or completely change the style of video, and I don't know what I want to do yet. But that was the last one on the gaming channel of 2022, and the first one in 2023 was the PlayStation wrap-up for 2022. And that was just a fun little thing that I decided to do for a second year in a row. And then before January ends, on the main channel, we had the Year in Review 2022, which was the shortest Year in Review by a lot. I talked about the channel, the content, and that's it specifically. I didn't get into any of my personal life stuff. I honestly don't know why, because I normally talk about a lot of that in the Year in Review. Most people probably don't listen to me, but, you know, I talk about it. Then the main channel doesn't get another video until April, but in the meantime, we have a few videos to talk about, a good few videos on the gaming channel. So at the start of February, a month after that video in January, the PlayStation Wrap-Up 2022, we had 2 episodes come out for the Uncharted 2 Let's Play, which had been started from, like, I don't know, way back in 2019, and still hasn't been finished, because what would I be without taking a long time between episodes of Let's Play? I made that joke before. Whatever. I had 2 episodes come out. I had 2 episodes come out for that. It was one big recording session I split in half, basically, and that was me. It was really just everything involving Tenzin to that point. The quiet moments in the mountains, and the village in the mountains, and then the village attack. So put both of those out one day after the other. And then in May, I put out another Mario Party 8 video with Tyson and I playing Goomba's Booty Boardwalk. And that was a highlights video for that, because that was the first video where I had learned that my capture card just didn't work anymore. And then I would since get a new capture card, but I'm still having some issues with that one. And I don't know if it's the capture card, or if my computer is just not powerful enough for that capture card, because it's a newer capture card. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so, and I eventually would put out all the Mario Party 8 videos we did record, because we recorded every other board except for Bowser's board in Mario Party 8. And they're all highlights videos to a degree, right? Like, there's one that's just all the entire webcam footage, face cam footage. There's one that's the entire face cam footage, and that is Koopa's Tycoon Town. And then I tried just some different things. Like, I did one where it was just like the actual on the board gameplay, but it's us talking about it. There's one where it's just us playing the minigames, but you can watch us play and hear us play, but you don't see the gameplay, obviously, because of the technical difficulties. Stuff like that, but those came out pretty consistently. Well, actually, not really. One came out in May, one came out in July, and then 2 more came out in... 2 more came out in November. And then finally, we had 3 videos in December, and that was my PlayStation Wrap-Up, my Nintendo Switch Year in Review, and my Xbox Year in Review. And those were all videos that I just wanted to do, because again, the PlayStation Wrap-Up, I had done, at that point, the 2 previous years, and the Switch Year in Review and Xbox Year in Review. I learned Microsoft and Nintendo do Year in Reviews like that. I didn't know, so now I do, and that will probably be another yearly tradition, as long as I keep playing on all platforms. Because those are fun videos to make, they're pretty easy to make as well, and I don't know, yeah, I just enjoy making them. And it's another video I can do. But yeah, and that was all 10 videos that were on the gaming channel, and I guess we can move back to the main channel. So after the Year in Review, we had another Original Universe Reactions video that was in April, and that was me talking about the first episode of NXT. And then later that week, actually a week later, it was Tyson and I getting together again to play 2K23 for the first time. We played WWE 2K23 for the first time together. We got well over an hour's worth of content out of that. We had that, and then I had a little bonus video I'll talk about later, which was I just called 2 Idiots Rambling for 15 minutes, because that's all that it is. Some stuff that was cut from that video. But the same day we would record, finally, the 3 Days Grace retrospective. kind of. Not really. It wasn't the retrospective, but in place of that, because we'd taken so long to do it, we sat down, we talked about the history a little bit, and we made a mutual ranking of every single 3 Days Grace record, and for fun, we talked about the Saint Asonia records as well. And yeah, that's what we did, and that video actually has done pretty damn well for us. Like, for being so small, like, just over 100 subscribers, you know, and I've been doing this for a decade, right? We're so small, like, we don't really get that much interaction or anything, but, like, a lot of people have commented, it's got a lot of likes, it's got quite a lot of views for us specifically, and I'm pretty proud of it. Like, that was a cool video, even if I don't really listen to 3 Days Grace that much anymore, like, it was still a really cool video. I'm glad we finally did something in the spirit of the retrospective, got that done, we did it together, that was a lot of fun. And then, like, most of the videos coming up now are all basically just me being super inspired by Wrestle Talk's sister channel, Parts Fun Known, with their series Survival Series. I was super inspired by that. Tyson and I made our own twist on it with Trivia Thursdays, bringing Trivia Thursdays back because we both love that series, and we just hadn't done anything since 2019's episode 3. And yeah, so we brought it back slow with Tyson quizzing me on the Intercontinental Championship, which played on the first episode where I quizzed him on Tournament Tuesdays, actually, the series we have on the channel. And then we started our own Survivor Series, which we still called Trivia Thursdays, obviously, because it wasn't exactly Survivor Series, but it was still the format of it. And then Tyson had his chance to go try and name every NXT champion, and then I was trying to name every King of the Ring winner. Tyson tried to name every Money in the Bank winner. I lost my goddamn mind with the Royal Rumble winners. Then there's Two Idiots Ramble for 15 minutes. The video I talked about being just extra content from the Best Friends Play WWE 2K23 for the first time together video. And then I quizzed Tyson on the US Championship to cool off on the our version of Survivor Series content. But then we did return with Tyson quizzing me on can I name every single WWE Divas champion, another Survivor Series episode. And then we got together again in late June, early July, something like that, and we did 2 more. And that was Tyson trying to name every single WWE champion, and then me trying to name every single WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And there was also another bonus video where Tyson just wanted to keep going with the WWE title, even though he failed the challenge. He wanted to keep going, see how much he actually knows. And I thought it was entertaining enough, so there was another 20 minutes for a bonus video there. I think all 3 of those are actually really good. You know, it's going to sound like, you know, I'm patting myself on the back here, but I actually really liked the video for me naming the World Heavyweight Champions. I did fail the challenge because of one sneaky little reign in late 2004. But, yeah. I like that one a lot. So yeah, that was cool. We also started a little My GM series, which we haven't continued because, well, what would we be if we didn't start series together that we couldn't finish? But then, and those are all pretty consistent uploads, going from April to May into June and July. And then I ended up taking a massive break. Really, and didn't have another video on the main channel until November. And that was November 16th, 2023. I did another episode of the original Universe Reactions titled I'm Not Mad at It, which was the first episode of June in the build to Money in the Bank. The next episode of the series, you know. And then just 10 days later, I would come up with an idea. So earlier in the year, I had come up with this idea where I wanted to do some sort of like radio station series idea. My original idea, I thought about it more and more, is like, as much as I wanted to do it, I just knew there wasn't a way to do it without completely just murdering my channel, you know? Like, it would be just wrecked by all sorts of copyright, and I would have no sort of, like, way to grow because of it. Like, I just knew it wouldn't work, you know? So, it's called TGC Radio. It's a weekly series that comes out every Sunday, and I have not missed a week yet. I'm really happy about that. I love it a lot. It's a lot of fun to make. So I did a pilot episode, which was different from how I envisioned it, because the way I envisioned the series and the way it is now is me talking about, like, my most listened to music from week to week. The pilot episode, on the other hand, was not that. Instead, it was me looking at, or me chronicling on video, my most listened to song throughout every single week of the year, because I use the site Last.fm. I'm a member on that site. So, I have all those stats. And it was really cool. I sat down, figured all that out, and then went through that in video form for the pilot episode, is what I called it. And then a couple days later, I finally fully edited the behind the scenes for the 3 Days Grace album ranking, which I called it behind the scenes because that's effectively what it is, but it's not me and Tyson or anything. It's me going through all of my original notes from when I first sat down to re-listen to all the records again from the band. Because I did that late 2018, early 2019. I talk about it in the video as well. But I did that at the time, taking detailed notes on all the songs and everything I wanted to talk about for the retrospective. And I figured I still have all those notes, let's make a video out of that. So, behind the scenes video for the ranking. And then the only thing on the main channel since then is just the weekly TGC radio uploads. I had the proper episode 1 being week-to-week stuff. Also, it was week-to-week stuff, the month of November, my most listened to stuff in the month of November, and Spotify Wrapped. There's a lot to talk about there. And then episode 2 was just the plain old week-to-week stuff, the most listened to stuff for that week. Then episode 3 started the year-end list, where I talked about my favorite songs, artists, and then albums, and that's each their own episode, along with the week-to-week stuff as well, for each week respectively. And yeah, you know, that was all the uploads on both gaming and main channels. 36 total. And like, you know, this year has just been weird for me. Like, I look at the main channel, and that stretch from April into July, the end of July, really, I'm so proud of, because I didn't even intend for that to happen, right? I didn't intend to keep uploading like that, but I did it, and it feels so good looking back at it now. I mean, a video on April 21st, a week later, getting another one early May, and then week after week and you know, like, yeah, just week after week, we're getting another video almost every single, like, Thursday, with the Trivia Thursdays coming back. Getting some bonus videos in there as well. The MyGM stuff, which, again, I do want to finish. The MyGM season we started. But, I mean, we're in 2024 now, and, you know, yeah. We might eventually do that. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, aside from, like, again, I'm pretty proud, especially, like, with some of the uploads picking up again in November for the gaming channel as well. Like, I am pretty proud of all of that. I love that I've actually started a series that I truly, truly love, and, like, not only do I love it, but it's also an easy series for me to keep going as well. Like, if I miss an episode of TGC Radio, like, there might be something wrong. Genuinely. I'm proud of a lot of that. But like I said, you know, this year was just weird. Like, this year wasn't, like, a terrible year for me. again, there was still stuff about like work that really fucking sucked. They were still dealing with some like mental health issues, but at the same time, like, there were periods where I got to hang out with my best friend Tyson, you know, even more. That was great, even though it's way harder now because I moved out of town. So like, we live in different towns, and again, so that makes it harder, significantly. But I mean, I already kind of knew that anyway because he was working his ass off again, you know. And like, I mean, to be fair, at his job, he's got like a legitimate managerial position, so like, you know, can't blame him. He needs to work a lot of hours, but he gets paid a lot of good money, so, you know, hey, can't really complain about that, you know. But yeah, like, we got to hang out a lot more. We recorded quite a bit from, again, that stretch of like April all the way through the end of July. We had pretty consistent uploads on the main channel, and that was great. We did a lot of cool things, and we still have a lot of ideas we want to do, a lot of things we want to do. But now, again, we're at a point where we haven't hung out or recorded anything since whenever we recorded the last two, like, hour version of Survival Series, the WWE World Heavyweight and WWE Championship videos. Because I think we recorded the GM stuff the same day as those two, from what I remember. Actually, looking at the thumbnails, we recorded those different days. So the My GM stuff was the last thing we recorded together, or something like that. I may have just staggered the GM uploads, separating out the stuff. I don't know, but yeah. So again, like, we got to get together quite a bit, record a lot throughout all those weeks, and then now we're at the point where we're not recording together again. And again, that always sucks, because, like, he's my best friend, and I love recording with him, you know? Even if, again, it's funny, like, when I first brought him into recording, he had no interest in it. And now he loves it, which I think is great. But yeah, like, this year was just weird. So I guess it wasn't. I guess me saying weird is probably wrong. Like, it probably wasn't that weird thinking about it now, because, like, it was kind of more the same, you know. Like, still dealing with stuff with not exactly loving my job, work just really kind of sucking at times because of, like, very specific people. You know, like, that, still having that issue, still having the issue of, like, sometimes Tyson and I can get together, record a lot of content, which is great, and then months and months and months go by and not really a word. Still dealing with the mental health issues. Yeah, but I mean, hey, like, I moved out of my apartment, and I moved out of my apartment in October. I'm living with my sister now in the house that she bought, which is fucking sweet. Between her and her boyfriend, like, neither one of them want to come upstairs, so, like, I get the entire upstairs to myself, which is amazing. There's a lot of upside to that. I've got a new series, which is a weekly series that I haven't missed an episode. I love it. I'm looking forward to it. And, like, I got a lot of ideas for stuff in 2024, you know? God, I wasn't planning on this, but I kind of want to talk about that now. Like, TGC Radio's obviously going to continue because of how much I love it. We'll keep talking about that, keep talking about music more and more. I've got ideas for a good few episodes right away. Coming up next. I have another video planned from a project I started right at the beginning of 2023, where I wanted to do something I didn't really ever did. I've never really done, and I wanted to set out and try and listen to as many albums as I could possibly listen to within a year. I originally had the idea of trying to do one every day, but then it's like, well, that was getting, after a while I realized, wow, that was stupid, burning myself out like crazy. But then, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Burnout was huge. So then I kind of like dropped it down to like 100 within the year, and I didn't hit it. I'll do that video at some point as well. That will be coming. A video where I talk about every single album that I listened to within 2023. But I mean, I got into the 70s, which is pretty cool, I think. Especially as someone who, as much as I love music, it's one of my biggest passions. I've never been one to listen to a bunch of albums within a year. And I was able to do that, check out a lot of stuff I wanted to check out for a long time, dig into some artist discographies that I really wanted to. Like, I listened to all but one studio album from The Killers within the year. And now I know I really love The Killers. So, just kind of go for the example there. And yeah, there's just a lot of cool stuff that I'm thinking about, a lot of stuff I have planned, a lot of ideas I still have, and we'll see how many can become a thing, become true for 2024. Though, I guess I can also mention as well, I have a video as well as this one, which will be coming out pretty soon, and that is, if you are familiar with the casual universe mode, the Velocity and No Mercy universe Tyson and I were running in 2K19, where instead of being like a realistic universe, like a co-op universe mode, it was just kind of us playing a game, just kind of like booking on the fly, etc., etc. It was a lot of fun to do, but we hit our third pay-per-view Money in the Bank, and then, again, scheduling issues and everything made it so we didn't record anymore together, or not as often, so that series was kind of dead. But I finally sat down, went back to my notes, and made another What Would Have Happened video, which is a thing I did for the original universe mode from back in 2K16 that carried into 2K18. That universe mode, which is the basis for the original universe reactions as well, I did a What Would Have Happened years ago, like, again, back in, like, 2019, 2018, something like that, and I made another one. It's completely done. It literally just needs to be uploaded, and that's going through the casual universe, everything that I had planned for my Velocity show, and Tyson and I didn't do anything for No Mercy, but everything I had planned for Velocity, I talk about it, and I went through a lot of effort. I originally just sat down, did the voiceover, and was gonna do just kind of a lazy edit, to be honest. But no, I put a lot of effort into it, and I went and got a lot of clips, went and recorded a bunch of clips that I figured I would need then to make the video. So yeah, that is completely edited and rendered. That just needs to be uploaded, and that will be pretty soon at the time of recording this. And I did recently have an idea for TGC Gaming as well, to give the gaming channel a little something. Recently, I've really been getting the itch to play the first Jak and Daxter again, the Precursor Legacy, because I love that game. That's actually my favorite in the trilogy for Jak. My favorite in the franchise for Jak, actually. I love the first game so much. Anyway, that's a different conversation. But I've really been getting the itch to play that game. I haven't played it since I did the original Let's Play of it on the channel. So I figured I have the gaming channel. I still want to do the video remakes that I talked about before. So I figured I'm going to sit down at some point. I'm going to download all of my original Jak Let's Play videos, for Jak 1 anyway. That's the only one. I'm going to take all of my Jak 1 Let's Play videos. I'm going to sit down, watch them all, edit them into a highlights video. I'm going to put that out on the gaming channel. And then, as well as that, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record a full Let's Play of me playing Jak 1 again, to do the video remake series for that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I really want to play the game again. It's been quite a few years since I've done that. So yeah, we can look forward to that. I don't know when that'll come out, because ideally I just want to record the entire thing get everything finished for that and then put everything out instead of recording a few episodes, editing those, uploading those, and then months go by and haven't touched it, you know, like I do for every other Let's Play. I want to actually just make sure I can record everything, finish the series, and then just, you know, if it's all finished, then it's up to me to record or to edit everything and get it out. But yeah, God, I've already been talking for almost 40 minutes, god damn it. But this was the year in review for 2023, recorded January 1st, 2024. That was all the content that came out on the gaming channel, the main channel, nothing on the archive channel. That was how I felt. That was a few things that are coming down the pipeline. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.